Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay. Love ya. Okay, break a leg. Woo!
What's going on, everybody? Wired here. I hope you are having a wonderful, fantastical, astronomical day. And today, once again, we have to talk about Dylan Mulvaney, who has recently become the spokesperson for Bud Light, Nike, and a bunch of other companies. And I got to talk about this real quick because there's been an immense backlash from Dylan Mulvaney being sponsored by these brands. Now, I'm not entirely sure about what these brands were trying to do. I guess they were trying to attract new audiences, as we're going to see in a later clip from the VP of Bud Light. But to me, as a business owner, as somebody who runs an online business and also owns a little bit of real estate, I think it's actually crazy to me that you're going to try to be out with the old customers to be in with the new. You want to normally try to integrate all of these people into your brand instead of trying to segregate them and divide them. But there's been a little backlash from this, so without further ado, I'm going to show you a couple clips, one from Kid Rock, one from another individual who I do not know, but people who are not too happy with Dylan Mulvaney becoming the spokesperson of Bud Light. Let's take a look.
I don't think words are really necessary about what's happening right now. But for Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, all Bud products, if you know me, you know how many of these get refilled in my fridge every week. But today, they go down the drain, and the Coors would be my choice. Hope you're proud, Bud Light.
Yeah.
Hope it pays off for you in the long run. But when you go woke, go broke.
Yes.
Cheers to you.
Yes. When you go low, you go broke. It's a good one, babe. What a shame. What a shame.
Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible. Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Yeah. So absolutely, as you can see, there's a lot of outrage from conservatives, moderates, whatever you want to call them, about Dylan Mulvaney becoming the face of all these companies. Because a lot of people are offended by this woman face that Dylan Mulvaney is putting on. And I say that loosely because, like I said, I've already been copyright striked off of YouTube. I'm a very small channel. So I'm sure YouTube is ready to hit me with the ban hammer anytime soon. But I have a daughter. She's 7. I care about protecting her innocence. And I care about protecting all of your children's innocence too, which is the only reason I'm speaking out on this. And I'm not the only one. There's actually a lot more people who have been offended by this sort of campaign to try to, get their children, essentially, or try to get them into this whole mindset of what Dylan Mulvaney is trying to promote.
I work for an affiliate company. I am a merchandiser, and the sole product of the company I work for is Anheuser-Busch products. So with all this canceling going on, I've never seen such little sales in this past few days on these products. And it's sad because people don't buy this beer, I don't make money, and I can't feed my family. So it's kind of heartbreaking, I guess, that Anheuser-Busch did what they did. They don't know their clientele. So it's kind of heartbreaking. Thanks, Anheuser-Busch. I may not be able to feed my family coming up here soon.
And my sympathy goes out to this guy. He's a poor cog in the political machine. But the VP of Bud Light does not feel the same way. And I'm going to play you her message right now before we get into the article. Take a look.
I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. So I had this super clear mandate. It's like, we need to evolve and elevate this incredibly iconic brand. And what I brought to that was a belief in, okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and to men. And representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work. And we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor. And it was really important that we had another approach.
So not only is that alarming because the VP of Bud Light is saying she wants underage children to start drinking and getting them into it early, but also saying she doesn't understand her current customer base at all. But let's read it here a little bit. Bud Light has remained silent on social media following the announcement from transgender social media influencer Dylan Mulvaney regarding a partnership sparked conservative outrage and calls for boycotts. I don't think it's conservatives, I think it's just rational people. Bud Light has not posted on Instagram to its 377,000 followers since March 30th, and the brand's 311,000 Twitter followers have not seen any posts since April 1st, since the Dylan Mulvaney post. Anheuser-Busch did not immediately respond to a request for comment as to why the social media channels have gone dark, but the slowdown in posts comes at the same time the company has found itself facing criticism for partnering with Mulvaney as a brand ambassador, which I just cannot really conceive of this at all. Why Dylan Mulvaney? For what reason? How could this possibly elevate your brand? I stand in solidarity with transgender people. I really do. However, I don't think they're marginalized, discriminated against. I think they should have their own bathrooms. I think they should have their own sports leagues. But I don't believe this whole thing about how they are the most marginalized people in this society. They're definitely not. Look at Dylan Mulvaney, for example. Somebody who has been grifting as a woman. I'm sorry, YouTube, I can't say that. Doing woman face? No, I probably can't say that either. But they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars just from doing that. Geez, if I didn't have a father, I would probably do that too. Trans activists revealed on April 1st that beer companies sent packs of Bud Light featuring the influencer's face as a way to celebrate a full year of girlhood, not womanhood, girlhood, that Mulvaney recently reached. Mulvaney, a biological male, is openly tracking and celebrating the first full year of identifying as a woman, even though they have had no surgeries other than facial surgeries. None. Mulvaney referred to the cans as a most prized possession on Instagram. Yeah, you would because you're a grifter. Video then featured Mulvaney and ambassadors drinking a Bud Light beer as part of the campaign. The partnership between Mulvaney and Bud Light drew sharp criticism from conservatives or normal people on social media, perhaps most notably from singer Kid Rock, who posted a video of using Bud Light cans for target practice. F Bud Light, F Anheuser-Busch, have a blessed day is what he said. I'm all for solidarity. I'm all for promoting transgender spaces. If you want to have your own spaces. But I'm a father. I have a daughter. She's 7. I have a mother. I do not want women's spaces invaded by biological men. I don't think I'm a bigot. I don't think I'm a transphobe. but I think women should have their own safe spaces. So the 1920 feminists thought, hey, I'm a feminist. Look at that. Never thought that'd be true. But we're in 2023 clown world, so. Like, subscribe, share, or don't, whatever. And I'll catch you on the next one. I didn't buy Bud Light anyway, so hey, is what it is. I'll keep drinking Jameson. Peace.